Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Noontime Kapehan, brought to you by the Cup Copy Republic, our coaching hub and home of certified life coaches here in the Philippines. And we are now on our month number 3 here at Noontime Kapehan, our daily coaching conversations, reliving the Kapehan Night by Master Coach A, where she talks about life, love, relationship, money, career, and anything under the sun, and including, of course, the sun. Today is Master Coach A's birthday. Happy birthday, Master Coach A. And if you've watched her live a while ago on her page, Coach A, she's talk about really the space, and I want to share to you that experience as well for my talk for this afternoon about being in the right space for you to be able to thrive in your life and also in your relationship as you move along, as you progress, as you become better in all the things that you do in life. And Kapihan Night used to come in live, of course, on floor by a FB every Tuesday night until, of course, the pandemic hit, which we are currently doing it online. So I'm hoping specifically that you're getting value out of the last couple of months that we've been doing this and serving you during this lunchtime, and putting in more learnings and knowledge and wisdom in there as you consume the food that you eat during this 12 noon, and also consume this knowledge and also this wisdom and also this experience as you progress along. We are bringing Noontime Kapihan for a season only, while Brewing Live is taking a quarter break. So shout out to all of you fellow game changers out there serving in this space and advancing your life coaching profession. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I can see you, everyone commenting in there. Maraming salamat. For those who are in the Cup Copy Republic, thank you, everyone. It's just a wonderful feeling, to be able to see the coffee shop there and the home of certified life coaches. If you find it in your heart to support the works that we do, if you're getting value out of what you're watching here, or maybe you're watching this on a replay, or maybe you're watching it on a shared link, if you see value and you see it in your heart that it's something that you want to bless the people who's speaking here, who's giving all of their effort, who's giving all of their time, who's giving all of their heart on the talks that they have and also the learnings that they share to you, please give us some stars or love gift through bank deposit. Just check the bank info on the caption of the video. You'll see that there in the screen. Bless the people here who are serving, and bless the people that at least they would know that, hey, the things that you're sharing here is being of value to a lot of people. All right. So for those of you who's watching, of course, for food and beverage, because the Cup Copy Republic is the home of certified life coaches, and not that just that they also provide food and beverage. You can order it. They're often from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. for dine-in, pick up, and delivery. But of course, that would change in the future because of the changes in INATF rules and the government rules. Excuse me, and the local government. So, but you can get the orders. Just message 0917-586-1661 and avail of an I Dream inspired journal for you or someone you wish to bless, to help jumpstart with their bucket list and things that they desire to do and achieve beyond limits. So that is something that you would do. You will be able to really get that value out of that, and you can have that I journal for you to be able to start working on your bucket list and the things that you want to do in life. Like, how many bucket lists do you have? If you reflect on your bucket list, if you have that, or that is something that you put that in your mind, but you want to be able to verbalize that, put that in a notebook, and this one would be able to allow you to do that. And aside from that, you get also some memorable experience at Teacup. For me specifically, my most memorable experience there, where it's when Coach Tin decided to go there to take a look at life coach certification. And this was like 3 years ago. And I remember that vividly because Coach Tin was in the stage of transition. She was wanting to find a career shift. And she asked me if I could drive her to PSM before. That's the old place that they have. And I was said, being a loving husband and a driver, I drove her there, and we went in there. There was a talk. I think it was a Tuesday Tuesday talk. Was that Tuesday talk, Coach Tin? I think it was a Tuesday talk, and we attended there. And I was not the type of person that nice person that I am right now. I was still a little arrogant, prideful. Not a little. Sabi ng brain ko, it's not a little. I'm arrogant, prideful during those times, and I was still in the corporate world. And it's just a beautiful thing that you're able to see people who just welcomes you even though they don't know you. It's the first time that they meet you, that they help you out, they serve you, they offer you things, they talk to you, they engage with you, and it's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful feeling that to feel that you're wanted, that you're important, to feel that your voice matter, what you say, or what your thoughts that you have and ideas that you have really matter. And that's one of the greatest experiences that I have at Teacup Coffee Republic. And that place has been always been blessing me and also my family as we progress, and a lot of different people as well who have gone through, have we've experienced, we've met, and so on. And it's a wonderful experience. So I would like for you to, if this is something that you want to bless this space, sabi nga ni Master Coach A kanina, na it's really to be able to serve others. Bless this place. I invite you to leave your comment and review page at the Cup Coffee Republic, and also in Google. Put that comment in there, and let's have more people go to that space, because that space is really a space of transformation. If you want to be in the space where you are celebrated but not tolerated, not tolerated means that they're not tolerating your behaviors or attitudes that's not serving you, that's not serving your future, that's not serving your purpose, that's not serving your mission. Decap Coffee Republic would really allow you to do that. And, the hope of Master Coach A is to be able to put Decap Coffee Republic in all of the countries, and the whole world. And if we're able to do that, I think it's just going to be a blessing, because people would have a place for them to be able to just be themselves, to be authentic, and to be sincere about what they're thinking about, what they're feeling about, and also what they want to express and their desires that they have. All right. So that's the Coffee Republic. I ask of you that that's something that would really be a blessing to others as well. Na nagbibigay tayo and we're giving to other people, because in return, we're getting. When you give, it returns back. That's the law of reciprocity, and that is something that, if you're going to take a look at Coach A, that's something that she does consistently. And it's a wonderful feeling that you're able to see, and she's able to see that result. All right. So last month, Master Coach A officially launched the Be Learning Society and the tent maker of Be Learning Home for mental fitness. And Decap Coffee Republic is hosting the Be Learning e-card that unlocks opportunities to smarter living with monthly perks. And you will get 3 perks here. And the first one is you'll get a 5% food and beverage discount from Decap Coffee Republic. The second is you'll get a mental model masterclass with Master Coach A happening every third Saturday of the month. And third, you'll also get a 90-minute coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. And this month, what you will get during the Mental Model Masterclass, which is going to be scheduled on June 19th at 7 p.m., it's going to be Master Coach A will teach the Mental Model Barbell, discover how you can develop your mental fitness and regular lifting of the Mental Model Barbell. For more information and registration, feel free to message, connect, call, contact with Coach Rezzhel through 0917-586-1661. All right? So moving on for today's episode, I will be sharing to you seeds and weeds. Yan. I'm going to talk about seeds and weeds. How intentional are you with your everyday decisions? Like in every single day that you do, every moment of your life, you watching me as this very moment, how intentional are you with every decision that you make? And maybe someone that is undergoing this kinds of journey in which they wanted to figure out, okay, what are the seeds and what are the weeds in my life, and how I can be more intentional on what I do. So maybe someone out there, maybe you talk to someone, maybe you're that person, or maybe this is something that resonates with you. Please do tag your friends in there, share this video, this link, and invite others to join in the conversation. If you're gonna watch this on a replay, if you're watching this on a replay, maraming salamat for joining me. Comment hashtag replay and do let us know or message us if you wish to connect with any points or if you're connecting with any points of this message or this talk that I have that resonates with you. Let's get connected. Let's have a conversation. The YouTube link where you can find the replay of all of the episodes of Noontime Kapihan is also found on the caption. So just take a look at the caption in there in the video. Again, please, bless us. Do follow and subscribe to the channel so that you'll be notified of real-time updates for future videos, posting, and other stuff in the digital space that's gonna be of value. Value to you, of value to other people, and of value to the all of the people that are following you, are looking up to you, and also are monitoring you and where you're at and how they can learn from you in the progress. All right. So, maraming salamat. Coach Saibel is here. Thank you for joining. Coach, of course, Coach Marife is here. Coach Trisha, maraming salamat. Of course, my better half, Coach Tin. All right. So, let's begin. Let's talk about seeds and weeds. As human beings, we are all human beings. We tend to make decisions based on our emotions and we reason through logic. And that is the reality. You'll see all of the research here that most of the decisions that we have is based on our emotions. And we tend to explain all of the decisions that we have based on our logic. I mean, a decision is based on emotions, but our reasoning is based on logic. And being able to have a system that allows us to be more intentional with the seeds that we plant in, it allows us to clear all of those weeds in life that's not allowing us to serve our purpose. Now, let me tell you a story. Growing up, when I was growing up, I can remember that my family, I come from a poor family. My dad and my mom are not well off when they were growing up, when they were starting their family. I remember the time in which my mom would prepare an am. If you're familiar with that, it's the the rice, the half almost cooked rice, but you get the soup in there and also the rice. And what my mom would do is would get a part of it and put that in a bowl, and she would put sugar in it, and that helped me throughout the day. It's enough nourishment for me to be able to get that nutrients. There's no United American Tiki Tiki before. If you're familiar with that, there's no vitamins back then, and that's where you get really all of the nutrients that you have. And that kind of experience for me had left me to be in a state of humility of the kind of life that we had before. And even I remember when I was still in elementary, I can remember a time in which I was so hungry because I didn't have any allowance back there. I was still in elementary back there. We have this mini garden in the back of our house, and what I would do is I would go to the back of our classroom because the garden is in the back of our classroom, and I would get in the garden a sweet kamote. And I can vividly remember I was, there was dirt in there and there's no water. And the only way that you can do to clean it up is to utilize your white shirt, then, clean it as much as possible until you see it white, then you eat it. So that was my life back then. And um, there was also a time when I experienced that my slippers, if you're familiar with Spartan brand, it was so beat up that you need to have a metal wire that connects the sole towards the one that you put in your feet in there, like that. And um, I can al- I can associate that in ways that allowed me to see life in a different perspective. You know the time in which you're successful in all of the things that you're doing in life and your relationship, and even you have the money, you have the status, and so on. But it allows you to just step back and be appreciated of the others who are also struggling, who are also putting in an effort in there for them to be successful. Ayan, perdible ang nilalagay nila, Coach Marife. Sa amin, it's wire. Yan, wire yung ginagawa. Yung pang, sabitan ng mga damit. That's what we use. And Alambre, ayan. My coach din said, alambre, ayan. And, when I was growing up, I had a family, I have kids, and became successful in my career. I started to take a look at my life and assess my life because one of the things that my society has dictated for you to be successful is to be able for you to be able to have a good go into a good school, find a good job, buy a house or buy a car first, then a house, um, maybe have a business, retire, get promoted, of course, get promoted, retire, then buy a farm. And I've been in the corporate world for more than 14 years, about 14 years. And that has been the greatest motivation that I have for me to continuously pursue my career in the corporate world. 2 to 3 years getting promoted in there, having all of the status and also the money, to be able to travel, to buy a car, to be able to buy all of these things, for you to be happy in all of the things that you do. And it also allows me to be able to travel to different places to eat their foods, and just to be in a space where you're enjoying the fruit of your labor. And 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, about 10 years ago, I started to think about how my life really is. I started to wander from places to places, relationship to relationship. If you have been joining me, if you've been watching me or following me, I'm not, I don't hide what I did before. I had this different relationship in my lifetime that I wasn't proud of. This was the time that I was married already. And I've realized one of the biggest challenges of every man in the world out there is having or lacking the ability, the space, and this courage to be able to express their dreams and desires. Stereotyping in this world says that man needs to solve their own problems. Men did not need to cry. Men did not need to be emotional. Men did not be to be able to express their weakness. And they need to be strong and adamant. They need to be assertive. They need to be all of these different things, and it just puts a lot of stress in what men needs to be. That the world has created this kind of status, this kind of image or avatar that for men needs to be like this for you to be able to be respected, to be looked up to matter in this world, to be relevant in this world. And that's the kind of mindset that I have when I was growing up. When I started in the BPO contact center industry, started from the bottom, worked my way up 2 to 3 years, getting promoted and so on. But up until such time that I got promoted as a manager to a senior manager, I began to start asking myself, is this really the kind of life that I want? Is this really the kind of um, life that I want to leave behind for my children? I started to reflect on what's missing in my life. These are the things that it's so difficult to articulate and verbalize because of a certain expectation that was set to men. But I knew in my heart and in my mind that there's something more that I'm born to do in this world. There's something more bigger for my mission. There's something for me, but I cannot seem to find it. And even though I try to do that, talking to different people, having this relationship, being promoted and so on, it's still not, I was not able to fulfill that. And I made some bad decisions in my life that started to ruin my marriage. And, as things in my life started to break down, I know there was more, but I can't find it. Fast forward 3 years ago, when I shared to you that Coach Tin, and this was back when we were doing well already, we've improved our relationship. And she made a decision to go to DCAP and find that place and to take a look at life coaching. Master Coaching was doing the life coaching certification back then at DCAP Cup Republic. Again, it's a PSM before. And when I was able to see that place and get the feel of that place, I saw that there's a great opportunity for me to make significant changes. And as I grew, as I understood, as I attend the class, my heart become a little bit bigger and bigger, allowed more people in my space because I'm the type who have this fear that people will eventually come and go in your life. So why not just limit the kind of relationship that you have with them? Because at the end of the day, they'll leave you anyway. But going to Decap Copy Republic just allowed me to, stretch that a little bit and utilize that as something of a learning for me that there are some really things in life that you don't know, you can't explain, you can't understand, but eventually as you reflect, as you become closer to God, as you hear Him more, you're able to understand the reason behind all of those experiences. So today I'm going to share to you three things, just three things that I've learned. And my hope is that you would be able to get some wisdom out of this in my experience. So that you can utilize that, whatever nuggets of wisdom that you have, you can utilize it in your life. Or you can share, maybe you can share that with your kids. Maybe you can share that with your husband. Maybe you can share that with someone that you truly care for. So three things. I'm going to talk about soil, seed, and weed. Yeah. Of course, talking about the title here is seed and weed, but I'm going to add soil in it because that's a critical factor in there. The first one that I've learned in my journey is to take care of the soil. You know, as human beings, we take birth on soil. We live in soil. We walk on soil. We die on soil. And also we vanish on soil. And the soil is like our soul. It's who we are as human beings. Our soul comprises of our abilities as a living being. It's our reasons. It's our character. It's our feeling. It's our consciousness. It's our memory. It's our thinking. And it's also our perception. It is the essence of who we are from within. Like, who are you from within? Are you someone who, your authentic you, is it your private life? Is it your public life? Is it the time when you are with your family? Is it the time when you are with your close friends? Like, what is your true essence? One of the things that I've learned is we need to take care of the soil and nurture it. And as I've said, that soil is us, which is our soul. We need to be intentional of what we consume in our life, what we watch, you know, who are the people that we follow, how we take care of this, our life. There's a lot of people who are dying in the deathbeds. And one of the things that, I watched this doctor, one of the reasons why people get sick and they get cancer, they get diabetes and so on, it's because they don't love themselves. They don't take the time for them to take care of what they consume. Not just what they watch, but also what they feed themselves with. And he said that that's a problem with people. They keep on giving and giving and giving, but what are they giving? Because you cannot give what you don't have. You cannot give something that you don't have. Diba? You cannot love others if you can't even love yourself. And you might say, Coach, I love myself. Well, how's your health today? How's your relationship today? You cannot help others if you cannot help yourself. And nothing in this world is more important than your soul. Yet, how often do we neglect this crucial part of taking care of you? Number two, plant the right seed in your life. Like, what conversations are you allowing in your space? What personal conversations are you allowing in your mind? Like, do you invest in your knowledge so that you can gain more wisdom and do the right things? Where are you using your time? One of the greatest questions I ask myself, and I have been asking myself, is what if I meet God one of these days, I'm called already to go home. And God asked me, where have you spent your time, my son? How would I answer it? And that really allowed me to make the change on what kind of seeds I allow or I plant in people, in myself, in my investments. Because it makes you more intentional towards the kind of experiences and the kind of relationship that you want. Most often than not, we get stuck in conforming to what this world is asking us to do, is asking us to whom we need to be. But in reality, all of us have been called here to do something. And we need to allow, as human beings, our desires, we need to allow God to take a hold of our desires and to keep on doing the things that God is asking us to do. So, where do you utilize or plant your seeds right now? And if you're investing in yourself, how intentional are you with the kind of result or experience that you want? Whatever you are doing with yourself and others today, is that the kind of legacy that you would want to leave behind for your children and the future generations? I've learned that if you want a dream or a goal to grow, you must plant the right seeds in your life. So, what are you planting? And number three, slowly pluck the weeds when it's time to harvest. Talking about weeds. The weeds are the things that are not serving you well. These are the things that maybe you're consuming, maybe you're watching, maybe the contents that you read, maybe the people that you allow in your space, the people that you allow to speak to you. Are they seeds or are they weeds? Are you in a space where you are being nurtured, where you are being taken care of, when you are, being supported and also being loved? When you are in this kind of space that I've just shared a while ago, it does not mean that everything will go well. Because if someone loves you, that person will say to you and tell you the things that you don't want to hear, but because it's not that they're bad, but because they care for you and they want you to realize something for yourself. Coach A said that be in a space where you're celebrated but not tolerated. Find the people that will give you the nutrients to feed your soul. Look for people who have the sunlight, have the water that you need so that you can progress in life, that you can help others, or you can allow them to help you pluck out all of those weeds or seeds or weeds that are not serving you as you grow. But of course, every individual has seasons. My season is different than your season. My wife's journey is very much different to what I have. And every one of us go through this process of heartaches, headaches, pains, suffering, you know, isolation. And really the question in there is the life that we're living right now and are the decisions that we're making right now moving us towards the greater purpose that God has given us or allowed us to do. If you have reflecting on what I've said, seeds and weeds and also the soil talks about our purpose in life. Like, what is your purpose in this world? What has God called you to do in this world? And are you fulfilling that mission that God has called you? Today, I'm blessed with the clarity of what my purpose is in this world. Um, it's been 3 years of journey for me. There's just a lot of different things in my life that I needed to, those weeds that I need to be plucking. At times when you pluck the weeds, the seed also gets out. And there are some fruits in there when your harvest is taken off. And, you know, it, the learning in there is at the end of the day, you need to keep those weeds while the seeds are growing. Because when it's the right timing, if it's time for harvest, that's the only time that you need to separate those weeds and the seeds or the crop. You will experience a lot of different things in your life growing up. There are some things in your life that you're not proud of. There are some decisions that you would make that you're not, something that you would don't want to remember. Something that if you can hide, you'd rather hide. There are some decisions of your life that you would say that you've done some stupid things. But that's a beautiful thing about it. We're always given an opportunity every single day to make the change if we choose to make the change. I am blessed to have found Decap Copy Republic and all of the coaches out there and the people there who supports you in your growth, supports you in your progress, supports you when you regress, di ba? And support you for you to progress. It's just a wonderful feeling to have that support. That feeling that people would listen to you, even at times you'd say the not so great things. A time where people can hear you, even though the things that you say are not really what you wanted to say. And even at sometimes in silence, they can listen to you. They can hear what you're not saying. The people that love you, that whatever happens, they will take care of your soul and even pray for you to get better. God gave us, each and every one of us, a special skill and talent for a reason. At times we run from it. At times we don't commit to it. At times we, don't acknowledge that that is really our calling. Because God has given us the freedom to discover our talents, which is your soil, which is your soul. And the more that you allow good seeds to plant in your heart, in your mind, and the people around you, that's the time that you continuously develop and develop until you utilize that talent of yours to make your life even better. For yourself, for your family, and also the world around you. The people that looks up to you. Because they know that whatever you're doing right now, the mission that you're being called to, the things that you're doing right now will give or allow a significant change to this world. So take a look back and reflect on you. your soil, which is your soul. Who are you? What is your true essence? Take a look at what you are planting in your life, in your relationship. And lastly, when the time comes, in God's perfect timing, when it's harvest time, it's a time to pluck out all of the weeds that's not serving you and allow those seeds to continuously grow until you become a better version of yourself and you fulfill your mission, you fulfill your purpose, and you start making that significant impact in your life, in your career, in the people around you, and also the community that you want to serve. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. I hope you're able to get some nuggets out of this. If you have your pack my bag moments in there, do share that in your timeline, in your page or your group. Share it so we can bless more people. You can bless more people. Thank you for joining me today as I close. I invite you to be back tomorrow. Tomorrow it's going to be Coach Nords on her topic, being intentional in your learning. To bring home the Cup Copy Republic experience, please connect with Coach Rezzhel through 0917-586-1661 for your food and beverage order. You may also visit Decap Copy Republic inside Pioneer Center compound at Capitolio, Pasig City. Once again, maraming salamat. I am inviting you to join the and be part of Be Learning journey for living smarter with monthly perks. Take advantage of that. You're also blessing Master Coach A's passion project and also, helping others finally see the change that they're looking for. Remember to continuously discover your purpose. And once you discover that, live your purpose. Never let it go. And as I've said, my reminder always is I ask myself, if I meet God today and God asks me, where did I use my time with? Did I use it in ways that would please Him and I would be pleased as well? Maraming salamat for joining me. See you again tomorrow for another episode of Noontime Kapehan. And, just continue joining us. This is every day at 12 noon. Maraming salamat for joining me. La bam boom, la bam boom, la bam boom. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.